And we're live. Here we go for a pop up live stream. We're here to talk about Universal Monsters, specifically the Monogram. I was calling them keychains, but they're bag clips because they don't exclusively have to go with keys. They can be clipped onto a bag. Here we are. Welcome to the Mr. C Dives In channel. And we're getting chimes and notifications. It's a beautiful thing. So, I was having the toughest time deciding which way to display. Oh, tell me I got the. All right, good. Right over here. I was having the toughest time deciding which way to display the characters, the figures. So then I thought, let's put the pictures up here, and then I'll also show the physical figures as well. So let's get the Svengoolie T-shirt out of the way. Let's get the Mr. C Dives In T-shirt out of the way. So I decided to go a few different arrangements. So let's start with series. Oh yeah, let me say that. Hey, look at that. I didn't think of doing that till just now this second. So this is series 1. Obviously, we don't have all of the entrance, all the characters from series 1. Because the Wolfman, his placement of his legs and feet are what distinguishes series 1 Wolfman from the later series Wolfman. Dr. Frankenstein, classic look on his face. His Colin Clive hairstyle is right there, absolutely. And Bride, she's looking good here. I was thinking they did some nice revision work on her from this image in series 1 to the later series variations of her. But she's looking here good through the screen. And also noteworthy, as you can see behind the Bride's head, in the earlier times, they had a metal clip, and they soon thereafter changed to plastic clips. So there you go. Series 1, Wolfman, Dr. Frankenstein, and Bride. Let me bring this back down so I can actually I got to come over here to navigate, which is good stuff. Okay. Getting in right. Okay. Oh, look. same 3 again. There they are. Now, here I mixed in the movie poster. So now we're in series 2, which was a mixture of movie posters. I see it's trying to land on the right color for the Wolfman movie poster. And then also in series 2, Dracula, as you can see, color Frankenstein, a black and white Frankenstein, Bride with red lips, because later on she'll be black and white. And how can I spin myself out of the way to get Creature in there? Creature's not showing up very well in there in the corner, but we'll get him some screen time later on for sure. And then there was also Mummy was included in this series also. Again, the construction, the detail on these, as we so often say around this channel, it is so well done, so well built, so interesting that they could capture so much detail into a figure of a portable kind of a size like this. So I wanted to do some partner shots here. I guess Drac, I could use a little touch up. He's got a couple of scuffs maybe, but there's a good close-up, Dracula and Frankenstein and Frankenstein. And again, some of the so these subtle details and differences between figure to figure. So we'll see right here, there's like an extra circle around the eyes on these 2 characters. In other presentations and other varieties of the figure, you won't have the extra circle around the eyes. Notice the jackets here between, let me get myself more out of the way. The jackets here between Frankenstein and Frankenstein are almost identical, but not perfectly identical. Look at the arms straight down versus the arms raised, in that when Bela Lugosi came to portray Frankenstein, because the character was then blinded, that's how we got Frank forever depicted with his arms up. Anyway, so it's so similar, but still subtle differences between the 2. Okay, so here we go again. Just get some close-ups on Bride and black and white Creature. I'm hoping to get back to, through eBay or through some other means, find series 1 variety of the Creature, because I don't have them yet. I only have those 3 figures that we previously showed. Again, there's just a nice close-up on Frankenstein and the Bride together. Good stuff. Now, Mummy, here he is, little glow in the dark feature. We'll come back to that later. I think we're into series 3 here. Maybe I could have left myself better notes, but yeah. So series 3, and some close-ups on the series 3 characters, like I mentioned. So now we don't have the extra circle around their eyes, and now we're in a totally different body position here. Again, once I pick up the actual figures, I might be a little redundant in what I'm saying, but I also wanted to be sure to highlight some of the details. Again, here, look at Frankenstein's eyes here, and that extra layer or that extra circle around is not present. Now, these two were the exclusives. And you can see, speaking about putting a color pop, wow, the color really adjusts when I move around. I got to get used to that. Anyway, so these two were well, well designed, and I was very interested in hunting these down through eBay. It is the Gray Woods Cat seller on eBay that made it possible for me to land these figures. But again, the use of purple, and again here the jacket, really different from the previous. There's no buttons on this jacket, and there's room for the t-shirt underneath. And then if we'll notice for Dracula, oh, Ted is jumping in. Let me get Ted's comment up here. Ted, these are awesome. Thank you, Ted. Colorful like your own composite Superman, Batman imagery right there, Ted. Good show. I was thinking about you earlier, Ted, when I was watching MIB. Let me take a brief intermission from speaking on Monogram right here. MIB put out a really good episode this morning covering the sentimental worth versus the financial worth of the Mego 50th anniversary characters. And I would say the same thing. I'm not buying these guys to put, future generations through college or what have you. This is just all for love of the game, for love of the characters, for love of the presentation. And shout out to MIB for being on point, for putting his newest release on his own channel, MIB Master 1979. I encourage people to check out MIB's work all the time. Okay, so Ted, good that you're around. It was indeed a great episode. All MIB's episodes are great, but this one, right? Sometimes it just gets again a specific set of elements, aspects, as MIB would say, in the presentation that makes it a little great. Okay, 100% on those and these. Man, good to have Ted in the comments section, especially with a pop-up not previously announced last year. Okay, so now the movie posters. Now what I have to do, what I'm compelled to do, what's important to do when we get to actually showing the physical pieces. And a couple weeks ago, when I had lesser inventory, I had done a bunch of more eBay ordering between, and I'll make a playlist now for Universal Monogram bag clips. But the back of these is just as, because they went through the extra details to make sure they had movie poster depiction, what would have been the back of the movie poster if it was a three-dimensional thing. Anyway, I'll do front and backs when we get to there. Now this little bonus material, because it's talking about other channels. So Robo on his channel, just when the Jada Wolfman came out, then he paired the Jada Wolfman with the Marvel Legends Man-Thing, and he did a whole song about Jack and Ted, Ted and Jack. So I thought to include, these are obviously not directly Universal. These are the Marvel characters, Man-Thing, Werewolf by Night, and Moon Knight. And of course, through the Disney Plus one-shot special, you got to see Man-Thing and Werewolf by Night together. And historically, in Werewolf by Night number 32 is where Moon Knight had made his first appearance. So again, navigating, and maybe we're almost at, yeah, okay, so a little close-up on Man-Thing, a little close-up on Werewolf by Night, a little close-up on Moon Knight, and then, oh, you see, I was so invested in trying to display all these as best as possible. So here's all those characters of Dracula with the Dracula movie poster that I have. Here are the Frankenstein characters plus movie poster. So you get to see the variety again. So here's a good comparison. So right, the jackets are almost identical here, but not exactly. And again, this jacket, like, they could have just reused the same jacket, but I credit them for branching out and putting a little individual style, individual spin on it. Just to look again a little close up to see the movie poster better. Little close up again. So here are the bride characters again. The one with the metal chain is the bride of series one, and the other the other variations of the bride come from series two and series three. So again, these two right next to each other, it's like the color plus the black and white, just with the eyeshadow being slightly blue and the red lipstick. Over here are more just black and gray. So again, a lot of impressive that they can display such subtle differences and get such a great result from that. Uh, and here's again a little bit of a close up on this side, close up on that side. There's the movie poster, of course. So as a Wolfman, I don't have as many overall Wolfman characters. There are the series four characters that are soon to be released. I have no idea when exactly, but I do hope to pick up more. Anyway, so the very minimal differences right here. Again, we can see the metal clip. Where am I going? The metal clip on his attached to his head for series one, and he's got more of an archway shape to his legs versus the more recent series two and series three. He's got his legs more sideways, but in essence, there's very, very little difference here. But again, just the subtle differences make it interesting. I would say the shirt is largely identical, and it's good stuff. Again, close up with the movie. So even in this, look, the movie poster, even though it's more flat, it's impressive to me that they made the movie poster so similar to the actual more three-dimensional face. It is good stuff. Again, don't have as many varieties of the creature. That's my current white whale, if you will. That's my current chase thing to try to find the series one variation of the creature, which I think is just the colorized, like the nice lime green of this guy right here. But again, how they keep the facial similarity. But here, right here, the eyes are more centered. But here in the movie poster, the eyes are more off to the side. So they continue to now Mummy again. His bandages are lining up even keel across the movie poster and across the character. Man, he's got such a cool smile to him. What are you going to do? And then I wanted to get to the glow feature. I hope I've captured it pretty well here to show the glow, no glow, glow, no glow. Anyway, so that is, oh, and there's the hey. As long as Ted's around, I might as well include the Migo guys. And I'm not as I'm similar to MIB, but obviously these guys are out of the box. But then I still need them in some kind of dust protected container. So there's a. But let me come back to the stars of the show over here. All right, so let me put this thing down and switch around. Let me start on the movie posters, and I'm hoping that this trying to use my thin bamboo over here is going to be useful. Again, Dracula, chronologically, the first of the guys. Again, as I noted, the extra circle around the eyes, but the nice, I don't know if I can convey the puffiness of the material in there, but it's definitely 3D and fun. And then here, so the back, here's Dracula. There's the back of Dracula's head. Like they didn't cheat. They put the extra details in there. Again, chronological order. Who's up next is is Frankenstein. And again, you can see the doctor in there. You can see the doctor's wife. Again, the nice. I hope the texture can come through here, but it's a nice. It's definitely not flat. It's definitely an extra good feature. And again, just I'm so impressed that they put the extra detail to make the front line up to the back. It is all good stuff. Let me see if I can actually slide those down without. There you go. Okay. I wasn't sure if I was going to drop stuff or, anyway, so far so good. Again, Mummy back of the, and again, just putting in the detail of the doorway there. If those are slats in a, man, so good stuff. So good stuff. All right, here goes Mummy coming up to Bride and Frankenstein poster again. This one is less detail overall on the back, but it still totally fits into theme. It's that their silhouettes perfectly captured. You got the lightning bolt going on there. It is good stuff. Uh, Again, Wolfman, just the colors, the blend of the colors there. You got the browns and the blues. It is absolutely good stuff. And let me get this bamboo piece out of the way all together. And there's good old creatures swimming around. Uh, and again, now this one might be the most impressive of all of them for the back. I'm hoping that maybe it'd be cool to get a Phantom movie poster. Maybe it'd be cool to get definitely cool to get Invisible Man poster. Let me come back to Ted's comment here, and then I'll flip around. Love that the other side is back and not just a second front. And polymer. There we go. Ted helping me on the vocabulary. Polymer they use for these are good softwood. Right, their build is foam, so that's a good point to show. Like it has some pliability, some flexibility to it. It's not overly rigid, but it has a good heft. As you can hear me clunking it against my hand. All right, so let's see. Let me again hoping my experiment using the bamboo to keep the figures. Look at this; it's a whole gaggle of Draculas. So again, now take note of the tie, the jacket, the colors. I don't know if I'm getting it clear enough, but the medallion that's under the bow tie. Again, let's get front and back here compared to. Oh, now here he's all the way slid over. Let me come right in here. See, so if they didn't do the exact same stuff, the bow tie is a great match, but the purple suit, the red and the cape, just these colors really pop in the best of the ways. Again, this guy, as I said previously, he has that vibe. He gives, if you will, he gives like Dracula from the Rankin Bass Mad Monster Party. So it's absolutely good stuff. Let me not shortchange these guys. I just wanted to definitely get the comparison of both straightforward facing guys. So again, note the eyes here. We don't have the double circle around the eyes, but just a little hints of red in the collar and the little hints of the red cape are real good and absolutely taking details from the screen. Dracula carrying a candle, uh, kind of maniacal looking, absolutely. Okay, let me see if I can pull them now, and let's do again a Dracula to Frankenstein, and then we'll switch. Come on, there we go, there we go. So again, the purples are really similar, but again, just because their faces are different colors, the purple really pops, and it's definitely good stuff here. All right, let me get these two Frankensteins in, and then we'll get some more of the creatures featured. Here we go. Uh, Again, so this one, even to put wrinkles into the jacket. I mean, this guy's, my index finger tall here, but they still managed to get the details, the wrinkles in the forehead, the wrinkles in the jacket. And again, some of the characters are forward facing, some of them are more in a march. So let me drop Frankenstein over here. And where should I go next? Obviously, I should go to the bride and the mummy. I was like, what can I get away with? How many characters per bamboo stick can I get together here? But as we had a good look at her before, there she is with a blue eyeshadow, red lipstick. And now here's red lipstick, but gray eyeshadow, sideways facing. Here's forward facing. Again, and I don't know how I guess because I was going back to series one. So let me not shortchange the bride. Again, talking about wrinkles on Frankenstein's jacket. She's got some nice scallop, if you will, or her dress is a good stand-up support base if ever somebody were going to stand the characters up. Let me get all three of the brides out of the way now. Again, mummy, not my top guy out of all the Universal monsters, but definitely a significant character in the pantheon of the Universal monsters, and definitely a fun guy right there. And as we know, glow in the dark plays well around here, around this channel, across time. He's even got the ring. If I can get the camera to pick up on the ring, over here. So, oh my gosh, it's a scarab. Until I held this up to the camera right now, I did not realize it was a scarab on the ring. That man, how do they come up with this? How do they execute it? Again, it's alive. It's alive. Just like my haircut, it's alive. Brewing up potions and stuff. And there she was, series one bride. She looks a little shocked here. Very her face is a little bit different shape in series one compared to the later series. But all good. We're almost to the end here. Let's go Wolfman. Oh, see, that's what I was afraid of, for one of the guys to slide off. But let me take him right up there. Wolfman. By, by the feel of the metal in the fingers. So here's the series one Wolfman. Again, in his traditional greenish, olive greenish jacket, and he's absolutely ready to pounce. Good stuff on the Wolfman. Let me pull other Wolfman then off of the bamboo. Again, these two are the most similar compared. I would say, compared or contrasted. But let's close out with creature and creature. And man, incidentally, Creature of the Black Lagoon coming on Svengoolie tonight, the third one. The Creature Walks Among Us. So if I can get my act together, I'll come back and do another quick show on Creature of the Black Lagoon. Wow. No wonder why this guy sells so well. No wonder why he's so popular in his design. But just even to see the ridges right there. So obviously the spine, the spine fins. I don't have my best terminology from ichthyology or what have you. Anyway, obviously not the exact same from the one figure to the next. So credit again to them for not just doing the most basic possible repaint. Well, I appreciate Ted for coming around and jumping in the comments. I appreciate anybody else who's passing through and checking out the Universal Monster bag clips with me. This has been Mr. C taking a dive. Oh, I like how the mummy just popped his color over there without me trying to do anything. Hopefully, I'll be back in a couple little minutes with the Svengoolie show for the evening. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. This is Mr. C closing it out. See you soon.